Live on twitch.tv at Commando Gaming 1. Just a reminder to everybody, if you do give us a follow at twitch.tv Commando Gaming 1, you're entered into our monthly Funko Pop giveaway. So if you're part of our YouTube community, follow us on Twitch and you'll get notifications for when we play live, and you'll get entered into our Funko Pop giveaway. So please join us there on Twitch in addition to YouTube. And let's jump into the command center here. Okay, we got plenty of missions on this planet. Let's go with the pincer here. We do have a lot of mechs that are currently under repair. I wonder if we should wait a little while here. In particular, I'd like to get the fire starter available for scouting, so let's wait one day. Alright, now we should be able to get a lance to our liking here. Alright, we'll take our Dragonfire, Thantanos, our Heliopus. We have two grasshoppers. Which one of these is the... Yeah, this is the more powerful grasshopper, so we'll take that. I'm not going to take this Crusader. What if we take... Cataphract, Grasshopper, and Crab. Not the Crab. We'll take the Fire Starter. And then for our Lance, 1010. I'm trying to get at least one lower level pilot in per mission. Alright. About take Sarge and the Cataphract. I gotta mix in some lower level pilots just to make sure we're cross training. So let's go ahead and deploy. So in this mission, we're gonna have another ally in support of us. But apparently we've got a heavy enemy force that we need to push through. So should be an interesting mission. These missions with allies are always a surprise. You never know if the allies are going to work with you or against you or be indifferent to you. Or if there's going to be a surprise enemy that shows up. There's a lot of interesting twists and turns with these missions. So, one thing I need to do is make sure... One of the things I like to do is make sure I turn off, so I turn off my VPN, for example. I turn off my virus protection, because if I'm just going to be playing my game, I don't need either of those things. So that's one of the things I do to make sure that we get the maximum speed, because if you actually do the investigation, you'll be surprised how many unnecessary operations a typical computer has running in the background that slows your system down. So I always encourage everyone to do kind of like an analysis of your computer and try to figure out what is running in the background that you can reduce at any given time. There's also a great free piece of software called Process Lasso, which I also highly recommend. Alright, there's our supporting force, and us. Right, my concern is, are we stuck on this?
Receiving you.
Okay, we're not stuck on this rock face. That's
No
always
problem.
my biggest
On my way.
concern. So the good news is our friendly forces dropped right next to us. Sometimes they drop on the other side of the map, which makes it really hard for us to help keep them alive. But in this case here, they're merely on the other side of this mountain. So we should be able to help to keep them alive, which is also usually one of the hidden objectives here. A yeoman. I've never seen a yeoman before. That's an interesting mech, to say the least. Alright, we got an enemy Thunderbolt. Going after our friendly yeoman. Again, I've never heard of a yeoman before, and I'm pretty versed in Battletech, so that must be a pretty obscure mech. I'm going to have to do some research off camera and figure out exactly what a yeoman is. One of the downsides of these co-op missions is sometimes we have to wait for a while to get our chance. Looks like there's a Black Knight and a Rifleman. And what else does our ally have? The Quick Draw and the Yeoman. I wish I could click on the Yeoman and figure out what it had, what its history was. You should be able to. I wish that you could actually.
What do you need,
I might
Commander?
mention this to Bloody Doves, who's the developer of this mod. Is we have text boxes.
Time to pour on the speed.
When we're in the mech bay that pop up and tell us about an enemy, or our mechs in this case. So I wonder if they could set it up so those tech boxes would pop up if you highlighted an enemy during a battle. That way you could kind of figure out which mechs you wanted, what components you want, etc., etc. I don't know if it's possible, but it would be cool. I'm actually going to drop some Inferno into this mountain pass
Heat
here.
be damned, I'm firing everything.
Hopefully that will cause some heat damage over time to our opposition here. And we're going to keep moving our force off of this rock face here.
What do you need?
May have brought too many mechs, but you know, anytime a mission is over 4 stars, I like to be conservative with my mechs. I mean, I don't want to do overkill, but at the same time, you could be in a 4-star mission and you could be up against 24 enemy mechs. I've seen it happen before on a 4-skull mission. So you always have to keep your options open. Because it's not just winning the battle, it's winning the battle without letting your force take significant damage. That's the name of the game. We're a mercenary company, so why wouldn't we bring all the resources we can to a battle? This is not a batch-all. Although that would be cool. I would be interested. I don't think Bloody Doves could set this up. But if there was some mechanic where only if you were fighting the clan, they could issue a batch-all, which basically you would bid to see who brings what forces to a battle. So, for example, they could bid, theoretically, that you only bring 1 mech.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Or you could bid, oh, well, we're only going to bring 2 mechs. Or we can say, oh, we're going to bring 8 mechs. And the enemy would match your number. That would be kind of interesting. I don't know if there's a way to set that up. Probably not. Quite frankly, the Battletech Advanced team has done an amazing job of fitting a lot of things into this mod. Now you could argue Rogue Tech went even farther, but sometimes I feel like Rogue Tech went too far because they have a whole bunch of things that aren't even really Battletech. They're like Battletech adjacent. Like what if we had this? What if we had that? It's like, that's not what happened in the lore. And that's one of the reasons I like Battletech Advanced the most, is because it's a lot truer to lore than Rogue Tech, in my opinion. Although Rogue Tech has a lot of toys to play with, too. Oh, great. We already lost a friendly mech. That's not a good start. Because we need at least one of those friendly mechs to survive. So we're going to have to push up here and take on the brunt of this fight.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
It would help if we weren't so far away, but here we go. We're finally going to be in position.
Let's make some bad
Now, we have to get in
decisions.
this ore field to get in range, so that's going to impact our accuracy. We can do a precision strike to offset that a little bit, and we'll go for this Thunderbolt.
Let's see
See if we can take out this Thunderbolt, and that'll ease the immediate pressure on our allies here.
What do you need, Commander?
Okay. Alright, let's put some fire into this Rhino support tank here. Do a Battle Lord. To increase the effectiveness. So we'll do a sniper artillery and we'll do a shape charge.
Heat be damned, I'm firing
Hopefully we'll get some
everything.
good hits here. Alright. Missed on the shape charge, but we've got some solid heat on
Good to go.
that enemy, which is a positive. We need to push forward
Let's
so we can take the pressure off our allied team. So that's what we got to do here.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they put us way out in the boonies.
Let's I hear ya.
So our force is kind of
Pedal to the metal.
stuck in the middle of nowhere here. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're almost in position to really give true support to our allies this next round. Hopefully they're not going to lose any more mechs. Oh, ow. Alright, I was saying, we really need the enemy to start shooting at us. Alright, there's a Victor. With the Goss. That's actually a really nice Victor, actually. I love me some Goss. Alright, we got enemy reinforcements coming in.
Ready to get it on.
Alright, again, we need to just push up here
I copy.
and become the primary targets, because we need our allies to survive this. Let's do a precision strike on the Thunderbolt on the leg. So we can get some knockdown opportunities here. Let's see what the Yeoman does. Alright, there we go. There goes that first Thunderbolt. We got to try to get through some of these enemies quickly because we have another enemy lance that's dropping. Fortunately, it's right behind. Alright, so good. The enemy has switched targets to us. That's good for our allies. Right?
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Again, alright, so we can get out of this ore cloud, which is important. Because if I'm on that ore cloud, it makes us a hard target, but it also makes our aiming a challenge. Alright, so I would argue that we need to get rid of this Rhino fire support mech, or vehicle, because it is very powerful. It's sending a lot of that missile spam
I'm on the clock.
into our friendly units. We need to get that thing off the board quickly.
Let's make some bad decisions.
The Victor, all we need is a nice precision strike on one of those arms, and
One attitude.
a lot of its firepower. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that's 2 of the initial enemy force. But we've got another lance that's coming in.
All right.
What do you need, Commander?
Alright, so this is where we get strategic here. So, I could go after that Victor, but the Victor really is not a big energy build, so our use of Inferno is not as useful as I would like. So what we could do is we can again target the ground, and we know the enemy is going to land here, right? So what if we put some flame right where they're going to land?
Taking the shot, Commander.
That benefits us.
Yeah.
Will put us in a good position because the enemy is going to have heat issues by the time it gets to the top of the hill. Alright, let's do some laser spam on this Victor. Ooh, good hits on the arm. The one downside of the Victor
Yeah?
as a mech, you know, overall it's a pretty solid mech, but its biggest weakness is most of its weapons are all in one arm. So if you can take that arm out, and we should have a precision strike to do that next turn, then it's not in the best spot. Right, solid hits there, and we got tag on the Victor. That's good. I've got another heavy carrier that's bringing all the rain there with those LRMs. I should try to take that out as quick as possible. Hopefully our friendly Black Knight here doesn't shoot so many weapons that it has a overheating issue. Yep, it did. It just made himself an easy target for this Victor. Watch, this Victor's gonna hit that Black Knight. Yep. Yep. That is why you don't want to overheat, my friends. Alright, there's the enemy reinforcements. Oh great, it looks like vehicles. Alright. That could be nasty. Looks like it's all vehicles for the most part.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, let's push in with our fire starter. I want to start to get some vision. Alright, here's this heavy weapons carrier. It's got LRM 80, so let's target that.
Acknowledged.
We're hoping we can either take it out or cause an ammo explosion here, or both. Because that's LRM 80, that's a lot of firepower. Alright, there we go. Our ally took care of it. Which is good. We can spend most of our next rounds on that Victor.
I've been sensor locked.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright, let's push up. I don't know if we're going to get vision on that weapon arm, which I talked about. Let's see. No. If, just for you newer players, if you do a precision strike and this area is grayed out and you can't target it, that means you don't have vision for it. But we do have vision on this leg here, which already has some structural damage. So we're going to do a precision strike on that leg. Maybe we can knock this sucker onto the ground. There we go. Now when it hits the ground, not only will we have free shots at whatever we want, but we should get vision on the whole mech. Alright, see if this friendly quick draw can get in on this Victor. Alright, it did some damage to the second leg and caused a head injury, so it's not bad actually.
I'm on the clock. What do you
So
want?
one of the challenges we have now is those enemy vehicles
Let's make some bad
might not
decisions
necessarily
at
push
high
it up on us.
speed.
It depends on the weapons they have. Alright, okay, we're going to do another precision strike on the other leg of this Victor.
Let's see if I'm so
If we take that other leg off, then there goes that enemy. Not quite enough. Once you see actuators destroyed, that tells you you're very close to taking off a leg. Because those pile
What do you need, Commander?
Monomer actuators are what gives the mech
Time to
the
pour on the
ability to
speed.
move, period. So we're getting close now. Alright, I want to keep, again, I want to put some constant heat damage on these enemy vehicles. So we're going to again use our sniper artillery, go after one of these
Taking the shot, Commander.
vehicles that has a lot of plants around it. There we go. So we're creating these areas. Vehicles are really prone to fire damage over time. So there is a value to us just overlaying their area with constant Inferno ammo, because they will take damage over time. Alright, there we go. We took both legs off of that Victor. We should get 3 parts. 2! Oh, we got robbed there. No doubt about it. We got robbed.
What
But
do you
that's
need?
okay. It happens.
Copy that.
I do like that Victor because it has a Gauss. I just
Waiting
don't
on you,
know
Commander.
if how rare it is,
Got
because
it.
we need
Max speed,
3
no shooting.
versions of a mech to make it the primary
see why
version,
people
unless
enjoy
it's
this
a
line of
Omni
work.
mech, and then you can really switch things around how you see fit. Alright, let's do a jump here.
Lifting off.
Let's use our... Alright, so we got a Manticore. In and of itself, a Manticore is not too dangerous of a mech here. So let's try to get a tag on it though, because no luck on the tag. We completely whiffed that target. Not good. Not good at all.
I'm on the clock. What do you want? Let's make some bad decisions.
Alright,
at
let's get
high
more of our
speed.
forces on in a position to hopefully shoot over this cliff. Alright, that Manticore is going after our... As you can see, if you look at that Manticore, it highlighted the fact that it was getting burn damage. So that's what the Inferno rounds are doing. They're actually doing structural and armor damage to the enemy vehicles. The more they run around inside those enemy vehicles, the more damage they'll take. Ouch. Alright, fire starters have
This heat is
got
cooking
some
my
heat
internal
challenges
structure.
here. It's okay, he's mainly there for scouting purposes, but see, these vehicles have got a ton of firepower. Look at that. Those are all Inferno rounds. Luckily,
I'm on
most
the
of them
clock.
missed.
What do you want?
Alright, good. We can get some fire down into this
Let's
enemy
make some
valley
bad
from the hill.
decisions at high speed.
And we've got a demolisher here. not the hugest threat. Oh, it's got dual AC-20s, so that's actually a pretty dangerous weapon. But a Demolisher with 2 AC-20s means it probably has really thin armor. So let's see if we can take care of it quickly here. Exhaust rifle's bounced off, but we're getting a lot of damage in on that Demolisher.
Well, who needed
I don't think I've ever seen a Demolisher
What do you need,
with
Commander?
dual AC 20s before. Alright, this is where our artillery can really help us out a lot here. Alright, let's do a... Let's keep the Inferno going, and we'll do a shape charge attempt at the Demolisher. Let's see what we
Ooh,
got.
is it time to press the Alpha Strike button?
Right, so we hit
I love
with
the
both
Alpha Strike button.
items, and our shape
The math's real
charge
simple. Mech
took
plus
out
tank
the rest
equals
of the
dead tank.
Demolisher by hitting the top of its turret. Alright. Moving up here. The challenge is going to be this geography here.
Yeah?
It's really hard to get all of our mechs into firing position, which is fine, because I think we may have too many mechs here anyways.
I hear ya.
I think we've got plenty of firepower. If we just
Go
get a
with
couple
turbo.
mechs in firing position, we can probably rotate those in and out of their firing position, and then make the most of this here. All right, let's keep the fire starter evasive. Again, he doesn't have to fire, so let's actually do a vigilance to give him bulwark and entrenched.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright, so our past Inferno strikes have worn out, so we can actually, because they don't have any fuel here.
High speed.
If they were in a forest, they wouldn't have just stopped having an effect so quickly. But since we're in the desert, once the fuel ran out, the fuel air explosive that causes the fire wore out, then we can actually go through this area, which is good because we want to push down and engage these enemy vehicles. Those enemy vehicles have a lot of firepower.
I'm on the clock.
So
What
the
do you
more
want?
we can do to get our firepower on these guys as quickly as possible. Alright, this is a weapons carrier, so it should be a pretty easy strike here. Okay, we got a whole bunch of mortars. Let's do a precision strike to make the most of this shot. I'd like to get rid of this enemy vehicle with this shot if we can. Alright, there we go. So we got 2 enemy vehicles left.
Tank to a mech fight.
We know one of them's a Manticore,
What do you need, Commander?
which is pretty manageable, and I think the other one is a
Time to pour on the speed.
missile carrier. So, and that's right here. Alright, so we're gonna do, let's do Battle Lord to increase the damage. And we're gonna, oh, darn it. We're gonna brace. So we're gonna have to wait a turn to target the ground. I forgot. When we use our special ability, one of the sacrifices is we lose the ability to target the ground. Alright, let's go after this Manticore with this Grasshopper. Now it's already taken damage from the fire here, so it's really easy to take out. Because the armor and the structure have all taken damage from the fire.
Understood.
So as
We're in
usual,
battle.
our artillery is kind of the unsung hero of these missions.
What can I do for you?
Because
Pedal
they're
to the metal.
the ability to keep the enemy overheated and to do damage over time really helps the rest of our force be effective. Alright, let's see if we can ambush.
Understood. Moving fast.
We can flank around the other side with our Firestarter Omni. Now this enemy vehicle has got some challenges because it's got a lot of enemies to go after, and he only has one round of fire. Alright, he goes after the Firestarter. The Firestarter was pretty evasive, so that worked out okay.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Let's push up the Dragonfire. Alright, so this is a heavy carrier, so it doesn't have a lot of armor. Okay, so it's got Inferno rounds for this LRM, all these LRMs. So that's LRM 80 with Inferno. So that's a lot of firepower, but it's not going to have a lot of armor. So we should be able to take this guy out right here. Yep. There you go.
Who brings a tank?
Alright, that was a pretty smooth mission, I gotta say. Now, could we have taken too many mechs there? Yes. But you never know. You never know until you're on the ground. And it's always better to have too much firepower than too little and have to withdraw or restart the mission. Alright, so we got really no damage here, so we're in a good place. We're going to take the Victor parts. And there's some Thunderbolt parts, but it's like, I don't really love this Thunderbolt. I think we should see what components could be available. This Mortar 8... might be something that's interesting. We'll see. Equaling +2. I'll take that. That's a nice component. Ooh, these battle computers are definitely good components. So we'll grab those. In fact, I think one of these would be an upgrade on the battle computer for our artillery, which would be nice. So we got Thunderbolt part, 2 Victor parts, AC-20, AMS, LRM 20 × 6. We got the mortars, which are decent weapons to add to our collection. We got a core, we got energy cooling +2. And we got a whole bunch of battle computers. So that's a pretty good haul, actually, for a relatively easy mission where we took no damage. I'll take that. I will happily take that. Just 1 second, folks. Alright. Mech Warrior training required, alright. Sometimes I don't go into the MechWire training as much as I should,
Good to
just
go.
because I like to actually let the skills build up to the
Training.
point where you don't constantly have to go in
Waiting for orders.
every mission
Confirmed, Commander.
to do upgrades.
What do you need, Commander?
I like to do a couple upgrades at a time.
Complete.
It's probably,
I'm on
you
the
know,
clock. What do you want?
not the most
Standing by? Yes, Commander. Commander,
interesting way of doing things, but that's the way
I'm
I do
here.
it. Alright, so
Something I can do.
who else has some?
I'm here.
Yep.
Sarge got some nice buffs from being in
Training.
that mission, so that's great. Want to thank everybody for joining our stream and remind everybody that they are welcome
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Receiving you.
to visit the chat room. Ask any questions if you have any insights. If you would like to talk about BattleTech, whether it's the game or lore or anything. All right, we got a straight up battle in the Badlands. Secure the borders. Let's take that. That's a 4.5 skull mission. Alright, so we're going to take our Dragonfire, Thanatos, Heliopis, Grasshopper, Cataphract, Grasshopper, and Firestar Omni. That might be overkill. Why don't we take the Cataphract out and we'll take the Crab HD. I might regret that. We'll see. The Crab HD is really good at tanking and taking enemy fire, so it has a value in and of itself. Nice quick load there. That bodes well.
Command interface
Right, so
initiated.
I really favor these straight up battles because it gives you a lot more flexibility. Alright, so the enemies on one hill, we're on the other
What a
hill.
wonderful fucking planet. It looks absolutely miserable
And
outside.
we've got a no man's land in the middle. So then it becomes a question of how we want to crack this. Alright, let's send some of our force
Alright, let's get down to it.
down. However, our mechs that have the ability to attack at long range, including our artillery, let's put on the high ground.
Heading out.
And we'll push
Heading out.
our other brawler mechs down
Moving out.
and see if we can get the enemy to come to us. Oh, we got vision
Roger that.
on a target here with our fire starter. You can see what we're up against.
Receiving you.
Ooh, alright, we got a charger here. We actually have multiple charger parts right now, so it would really benefit us to see if we could take this charger out quickly. Alright, let's just
Taking the shot.
do some laser spam here. We'll also get a tag on that charger. Sometimes I feel like BattleTech is kind of like being on a safari. And you're like, wow, there's that rare animal that I want to kill. Not that I condone killing like endangered species, but let's say there's like a, I don't know, water buffalo. And you're like, wow, I'd really like to put a water buffalo on my wall. Now keep in mind there are plenty of water buffaloes. They're like cows in Africa, so it's not like
What do you want?
an endangered species by any stretch. Let's move up our Dragonfire. Does not have a shot on the Charger. Alright, but we can hit this Oswar, and I don't really care about salvage on an Oswar too much. So let's just do Precision Strike Center Torso.
Sober enough to line this up.
Seeing if we can get a quick kill on this Oswar. Nope, but we certainly weakened his center torso.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Let's push our Santanos down here because it's
Let's make some bad
one of our
decisions
brawlers.
at high speed.
And it's got a great rear shot on this Charger, so let's take advantage of that. I'll take this Charger out with this shot. It's a lot of firepower. Yep, alright, there goes the Charger.
I'm legally obligated
5
to
salvageable
per
parts.
kill.
Very nice. That's a nice boon for us right there.
What do you need, Commander?
Like, if all we get is Charger parts, I'll be a happy
On the way,
camper.
nice and slow.
Alright, so we got an Oswar up here. We got a good chance of hitting it. Let's do Warlord. And the good thing is here is the Oswar has energy weapons primarily. So overheating it is going to be to our
Is it
benefit.
time to press the Alpha Strike button? I love
Nice
the Alpha
hits there on
Strike
the
button.
Oswar. Plus, we deny the high ground. There's probably some other enemy mechs that are up here that we still haven't gotten vision on yet. And that's going to cause damage to them over time
Going full throttle.
with that heat. Alright.
Attacking from position.
2 shots. Ooh, nice hit with our Grasshopper there, right on the center torso of the Oswar.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Alright, let's see what we should do with that other Grasshopper. We should probably push it down with our Brawlers.
Got it. Max
Because
speed,
we're going to have to
no
go
shooting.
across this valley probably at some point. But we have our fire support mechs up here to give fire support, so I think we'll be fine. I want to thank everybody for joining our stream. We're just finishing up a straight up battle here in the Badlands. 4.5 skulls. We've already taken out 1 Charger, and we're working on the rest of the enemy lands here.
Waiting for orders.
Alright. Let's push up with our fire starter. Trying to get our fire starter in a position where it can do another jump up the hill. Oh, looks like we've got 2 vehicles left. So after we take out this Oswar, unless there's reinforcements, we're going to have 2 vehicles to take out.
No luck.
Yeah.
Let's push up our crab.
Going full throttle.
Crab can do some missile spam. Oh, we can get, best we can do is get a tag.
Confirmed.
Oh, we got it. That was lucky. Low hit percent chance for that strike, but we're able to at least get the tag on there, which is always good.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Want to encourage everyone to make some noise
All right,
in the chat
let's
room.
get down to it.
Alright, let's do precision strike here. Let's just finish off this Oswar.
Let's see if I'm sober enough
that should have finished off that Oswar.
Well, who needed
Kinda
so much
surprised.
noise?
Kind of surprised. One of our AC rounds was slightly off the center torso. If it had hit, that would have been
All
it
right,
for this
let's get
Oswar,
down
I'm
to
sure.
it.
But that's okay. We can probably spam it to death right now.
Let's see what's
Missile spam. Just a couple of hits to the center torso, and that should finish that guy off. No,
What do you need, Commander?
those chances are not good. Alright, so we have our Heliopus here. We could finish off this Oswar, but it's going to be much more useful if we actually attack the ground where these other enemy vehicles are.
Heat be
and
damned,
start
I'm firing
hopefully
everything.
doing some heat damage over
Don't worry,
time.
don't worry.
to those
I'm
enemy
okay.
vehicles.
They barely touched me.
Good to go.
So once again, I want to remind everybody to say hi in the chat room. I'd love to talk to you instead of just talking to myself. So please feel free to say hello in the chat room. And also, just a quick reminder, we have a giveaway. So every month we give away a Funko Pop. All you have to do is be a follower
What can I do
of
for
our
you?
channel for a chance at winning that Funko Pop. The more involved with our channel you are, the more chances you have to win the Funko Pop. A good chance of hitting here, and we missed. Not a surprise.
Hey, stay in the crosshairs.
Ready for orders. Let's move.
Alright, let's missile spam this, laser spam this Oswar. That should finish this guy off. There we go. Engine destroyed.
That one's gone.
So we have 2 more vehicles left. I don't see how this is a 4.5 skull mission yet. I haven't seen anything here. Maybe there'll be some enemy reinforcements, or sometimes it's just mislabeled. Alright, those vehicles are actually moving away from us. That's not good. I don't really like to chase vehicles down. This is going to take us a while. Alright, let's push up our fire starter. And we're really going to have to push
What
our
do you need?
whole enemy, our whole lance, our company I should say, up into this valley. Alright, how can we... Alright, we have to go this way to get down across the valley. It's going to take us a while if we have to actually chase down these enemy
On the
vehicles.
clock. What do you want?
But that looks like what we're going to have to do. So leave our artillery in the high ground, because that's still a good position
Make
for
some bad
our
decisions
artillery to
at
be in.
high speed.
On the way, nice and slow.
Can't find a better firing position for artillery than right there.
Yep. Roger that.
I hear ya.
Alright, how's everybody doing this morning? I'd love to have some chatter in the chat room. How was your weekend? Tell me what your Thanksgiving plans are. Tell me what you like and don't like about BattleTech. Tell me your favorite mechs. If you have any questions about BattleTech lore, all of those are options. So please say hello to in the chat room. Love to have some interaction in the chat room. A little quiet in the chat room for us having 22 people in the stream. So let's chat it up in there. Alright, there's some of the enemy firepower. So those are probably carriers. Heavy carriers, so they probably don't have a lot of armor. The tricky part is it's going to take us a while to get in range here. Alright, let's get Get our fire starter in here. This is a little dangerous for our fire starter because... Alright, so we got a Rhino fire support and a Fury command tank. So of these two, I would say the Rhino fire support tank is
Locking on
the
target.
most dangerous. So let's get a tag on that.
Yep.
And the rest of our force can push down,
Copy that.
start getting into position so we can start engaging these enemy
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
forces here. So let's see, our Dragon Fire is at its best when it's doing fire support.
Precisions at high speed.
Hey, Starkadian, Starkadian, is that how I would pronounce that? I'm playing BattleTech Advanced, which I think is the best mod for BattleTech. I'm probably a little biased. Alright, our chances are best if we go after this Fury command tank. So
Let's see if I'm
we'll do that.
this up.
I heard a rumor that this vehicle is actually named after Nick Fury. Just joking. That's not actually true.
A new sensor trace.
Alright, here comes the
Looks like enemy
reinforcements.
reinforcements.
Alright, here we go. Alright,
I'm on the clock.
now it's getting real. We got some enemy reinforcements coming in.
Let's make
So
some
this is where it's going to get
precisions at
tricky
high
because
speed.
we've got these two fire support mechs, our vehicles, that can really give us a lot of havoc. And then we have enemy reinforcements coming. So, what are the main changes from the base game? Wow, there's a lot of changes. Starkadian. Am I pronouncing that right? Let me know in the chat. So, Starkadian, BattleTech Advanced is like, if you played the DLCs, it's like heavy metal DLC times 1,000. So there are literally well, I wouldn't say thousands, but there are hundreds of mechs in BattleTech Advanced that are not in the base game. There's also vehicles that are not in the base game. There are also abilities and resources that are not in the base game. So it's like night and day compared to the
Let's see if I'm sober enough to line this
base
up.
game here. Second time was correct. So Starkadian is what I will call you. Love to
What do you
hear
need, Commander?
where you got that name. It's a very unique name. Right, so Starkadian, let me show you some
Time to
of
pour
the
on the
differences. So one of the things that you can have in BattleTech Advanced is we can have artillery. So let's do a precision strike with our artillery here. We're going to go for the turret of this Fury command tank. We're going to do shaped charges. So if this hits the top, if both of these hit the top of that command vehicle, it might go bye-bye. Let's see.
Heat be damned, I'm firing everything.
All right, there we go. So in BattleTech, you can't do that
That's
with
real
artillery.
simple. Mech plus tank equals dead
So
tank.
that's a really fun feature. The game dynamics, the combat are all very different than what you would have in traditional BattleTech. So it's not even close to being the same. The best thing about this mod, Starkadian, is it's incredibly easy to load. So all you have to do is go to Nexus Mods,
Roger.
and there's an executable file that you download. You run that executable file, it will put everything into the game for the mod that you need. You don't have to hunt around and move stuff around in folders. You don't have to download 15 different parts of the mod. It's all done by the executable for the
What
mod.
can I do for
So
you?
it's an incredibly easy mod to use for that reason. All right. But the variation of mechs is amazing. This game,
Time to die.
you could play this 100 days and you wouldn't see the same mechs multiple days in a row. You would see different mechs every mission, different salvage every mission. There's all kinds of components that you can use to increase your mech's abilities that you can't find in regular BattleTech. So if you like BattleTech but you find that the base game got a little dull for you, BattleTech Advanced will
I can see why people enjoy
be
this
an
life.
incredibly fun experience for you. So I would strongly encourage that. So let's move our Firestarter Omni, another mech which is not in the base game. It's a basically a Firestarter on steroids. So we have a Charger, another Charger. We have a 95-ton mech here, so we have an Assault coming in. All right, let's take advantage of the fact that this Charger is by
Firing
itself.
on
Let's see if we can start working on that Charger. No, Evasion actually works differently
Standing by.
in BattleTech Advanced than it does in the regular BattleTech.
Roger.
Evasion is super important in this game because if you have lighter mechs going up against a lot of firepower, they will get destroyed if you don't keep your mech evasive every round. So if you just watch Starcadian, please, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm always happy to support new users of this mod.
Let's make some bad decisions.
I'm trying to help the development team get the word out about this mod and support new players. So if you have any questions while you're watching, please feel free to ask. That's what we're here for. All right, so we're going to do a precision strike on this Charger. I could go for the head. There's a 15% chance of hitting the head, or I could go for an 86% chance of hitting the leg. Now, since there are multiple assaults coming at me, I think I'm going to focus on just getting this Charger out of the battle as quickly as possible here. So we're just going to go for the leg here. I know that a headshot would instantly kill it, but the chances are not as good.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright, let's move up our Thantanos. Now we do have the height advantage here. So one of the things in BattleTech Advanced that they do correctly is that your positioning has a significant impact on your accuracy. So since we're on top of a cliff, our hit percentages are much higher than if we are on the bottom of the cliff.
See if I'm
So that's a nice factor. So there's so many little quirks that make BattleTech Advanced a whole new game. So
well, I needed
if I had to call BattleTech Advanced,
What do you need, Commander?
I would call it like BattleTech 3. Because if you look at the mods, I would say Expanded 3025 is like BattleTech 2. BattleTech Advanced is like BattleTech 3 as far as how different it is from the base game. If you look at Rogue Tech, I don't even know if I would call that BattleTech because it is very different than the base game. Alright, so once again, let's use our artillery here. I don't want fire here because we might go into that territory. So let's go again with the shape charges and hope we get lucky
Heat
with
be
some
damned,
hits
I'm
here.
firing everything.
Nice hits
That
there
target's
with our
having a
shape
real
charge.
bad-
Alright, we got knockdown. Nice artillery strike there. Very nice.
What do you need?
Alright, so now that Charger's on the ground, let's try to pounce here. Let's get down into the valley
Moving fast.
with our grasshoppers. Alright, let's do precision strikes on those legs. If we can. Happy to help, Starcadian. Again, I stream BattleTech every morning, Monday through Sunday, so 7 days a week. I stream BattleTech at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So if you're interested, just watch me play a couple times. Yes, that is a shameless plug for my streams. But if you watch me play a couple times, you'll decide if you like this mod or not. And I think you will.
Did you see that?
Right.
Did you see it?
So we still have that Rhino support vehicle up here, which we need to take. All right, so we got a 90 tonner and a 95 tonner coming in. So I think I'm going to have our Grasshopper focus on finishing off this Rhino support vehicle if it
See why
can.
people enjoy this line of work.
All right, so we've got this Rhino support vehicle up here.
No problem.
These are very nasty targets. They have a lot of firepower. This vehicle is not in the base game, but it is very dangerous. So we're going to try to see if our fire starter can handle it by itself, at least until we get rid of these assault mechs that are coming in. How is difficulty? I found BattleTech to be kind of easy after you played for a while. Oh, I would say
Aye, aye.
BattleTech for me is about a maybe like a 3 as far as difficulty.
All
But
right,
then again,
full
keep in mind I've played about 4,000 hours of BattleTech. So BattleTech Advanced, I would say ratchets the difficulty up to probably, I would say realistically it's probably an 8. So I would say it's about twice as difficult and a lot more interesting and replayable than BattleTech. Regular BattleTech, I can play for maybe a week before I get bored. With BattleTech Advanced, I play it every day, 7 days a week, for 2 hours a day, and I don't get bored. So that is probably the best feedback I can give you about how good this game is, because I play it 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I don't get bored at all. Another great thing, Starcadian, is this mod
What do
is
you need,
very
Commander?
actively updated. So we actually have a very strong community for this mod,
Time
and
to
this
pour on the
mod is
speed.
updated about every 2 months. So, or not every 2 months, about every 2 weeks, there's an update on this mod. So you play for 2 weeks, then there's an update and the gameplay changes. You play for 2 weeks, there's an update and the gameplay changes. All right, so we're going to actually do some ground attack. Let's get some artillery in, some Inferno artillery in on this upcoming enemy force that's coming up.
Heat be damned, I'm
Start doing
firing
some
everything.
heat damage on those assault mechs that are coming up. Yes, I would definitely give this a try, Starcadian.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Nexus mods? Because this mod is super easy to find on Nexus mods. And again, all you have to do is download the executable, run the executable, and in about 10 minutes, you're going to have BattleTech
Waiting on you,
Advanced ready to
Commander.
go on your system. It's not a lot of stuff that you have to do personally to make the mod work.
Got it. Max speed.
The installer does all of the work for you. No, the weapon stats are much more realistic to lore. Now, one thing you're going to have to get used to in BattleTech Advanced is in the beginning, your accuracy is much lower than in the base game. As you advance your pilots over time, that change will be different. But the first couple rounds, you have to stick with it because your accuracy is going to be challenging. Which really increases the value of your components and making the right strategic decisions. Ouch. All right, there's a Gauss strike on our fire starter. But it looks like we're okay. yeah, Rogue Tech is not really BattleTech. It's
Taking heavy
it's
hits,
basically a
Commander.
whole new game that's put in the system for BattleTech, but it's not really BattleTech. I think BattleTech Advanced is the right experience for you. If you're bored of BattleTech,
I can see why people
but you
this
enjoy
line of work.
the base of the game, you will enjoy. Let's go for a kick here on this Rhino fire support tank. You will enjoy BattleTech Advance quite a bit. BattleTech Advance is a very challenging game. There's hundreds of different mechs. There's thousands of different components. There's like 500 different vehicle types. So it's just a lot of fun to play. So all you have to do is go to Nexus Mods. You download. Look at here. Okay, here's a Juggernaut. Okay, this is a mech that you cannot find in traditional BattleTech. But look at what it has on it. It's got large X-Pulse lasers, medium X-Pulse, large X-Pulse. So this is a very interesting mech. It's 95 tons. And let's see if we can get some parts off of it, shall we? Alright, so again, I could go for a headshot. Let's go for laser spam on one of the legs
aye.
here, on this Juggernaut. Starcadian, definitely, I would suggest that you try to watch me play for a couple streams. Again, I play every day, 5 days a week, 7 days a week. So if you just want to give us a follow on Twitch and watch me a couple times, I think you will get a feel for if you like this mod or not. Alright, let's get some shots on this fire support tank. Long range. Nice hit with our Gauss rifle. That means that our fire starter should be able to finish it off.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Or we could finish it off with our Thantanos here. Let's see. Alright, we got a 50-50 shot of finishing this off. Let's give it a try.
Let's see if I'm sober enough
our
to
shot
line
went
this
wide.
up. Sometimes failing is important.
What do you need, Commander?
Alright, let's move up our artillery again.
On the way, nice and slow.
Really appreciate the follow, Starcadian. Again, I play every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So you're very welcome to watch me a couple times. If you watch me and you like what you see, then why don't you let me know and I will gladly help you install the mod if you need help, although it's super easy. And I'll give you help
Is it time to press
as you
the
start
Alpha
out
Strike
your
button? I love the Alpha
gameplay.
Strike
No
button.
problem. Happy to do it. That's part of what I'm here for.
All right.
I spend a lot of time interacting with the developers on this game, or this mod, so if you have any questions and I don't know the answers, I can try to get them from the developers. We're also in the process of putting together a wiki for this for this mod that will also help you. But that's probably a project
Going turbo.
that is a couple months away, realistically. Right.
No sweat.
Get the Juggernaut here. Alright, we got some structural damage on the Juggernaut.
When I shoot you, you'll take it and like it.
Okay. Alright, see the Juggernaut had to retreat because it was taking so much heat damage. Alright, that Rhino fire support tank putting a lot of fire onto our crab, but we're okay.
Damage minimal.
Alright, we can handle that. Alright, that Rhino fire support tank, our fire starter should finish off right here. So let's do that. Let's go for a kick. Turn off one of its large lasers so it doesn't overheat. Alright, this should be it for this fire support tank. Come on, finish it off. Alright, nice. Nice. I'll be back. I have to run some errands. Okay. Well, Starcadian, I'm probably going to be wrapping up this stream after this mission. I usually stream for an hour and a half every morning, and then I try to stream also in the afternoon when I have the ability. But please check me out tomorrow if I'm not here when you get back. Alright, nice hits on that Juggernaut.
I'm on the clock.
Juggernaut? I say Jugger-do?
Let's make some bad decisions.
Alright, yeah, that was a bad joke. What can I say? What can I say?
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Gotta get our mechs in position here.
Let's make some bad decisions.
These enemies are not being very aggressive. We know there's still 3 enemies
On the
out
way,
here.
nice and slow.
Alright, let's try to get some Inferno into other parts of this
Ooh,
area.
is it time to press the Alpha Strike button?
So
I
we can keep
love
doing
the Alpha
damage
Strike
to those
button.
assault mechs that are not acting very assaulty because they're hiding. I'm not sure why these assault mechs are not moving to engage us, because if they don't, they're like sitting ducks, kind of. Alright, let's keep hitting this Juggernaut. It's not being very aggressive at all, considering it has a lot of firepower.
That hit something good.
And it's an elite
Waiting on you,
it's
Commander.
an elite pilot, but it's not acting like an elite pilot, in my opinion.
Pedal to the metal.
Maybe because it's overheating and it's an energy build. Maybe that might be why it's not being aggressive here, but we're certainly
Right, Commander.
going to take advantage of that lack of aggression. There we go. There's some of his weapons.
Another hit like that, and you're toast.
Ooh, it's a Corsair. I think we're a part away from getting a Corsair, so that would be great. Oh wait, I think we're a couple parts
Nice try.
away from getting a Corsair. So let's try to get some parts off that Corsair. We're in a good place with this battle. We haven't taken a lot of damage yet.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, our fire starter can now get down here, hopefully, and start doing some flanking. Can definitely get some tags on our targets, which is definitely a good thing. Let's do that. Alright, nice hits there
Aye, aye.
on the Juggernaut. Alright, let's get our crab out into one flank of the enemy. We're actually going to do a precision strike here because I think our crab can get knocked down if we can take out this leg. Let's see.
Acknowledged.
Alright, there we go. We're going to get knocked down on that Juggernaut.
Got past the armor.
Very nice. I like the model for the Juggernaut. It definitely looks like a clan mech.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
At least by design.
Let's make some bad
And it's got some nice
decisions
weapons
at
on it,
high
actually.
speed. I'm on
I
the
don't know if
clock.
it has
What do you
enough
want?
punch, but it has some interesting laser weapons that I wouldn't mind adding to my collection.
What do you need, Commander?
Heliopis. And we still
On the
have
way,
an
nice
enemy
and
mech
slow.
that we haven't seen yet. Alright, let's put some Inferno onto that Corsair, along with a shape charge. Let's actually do Battlelord here, so we can increase the damage. And let's see what we
Heat
can
be
do on this
damned, I'm
Corsair at
firing
long
everything.
range. Nice hit there, increased the heat, and did some damage to its armor. Ninja Plazed. Thank you for
Receiving you.
On my way.
Yeah, Ninja Pizzad. Thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that. I'm always amazed by all these interesting names that people use for their Twitch.
Roger that.
So we finish off this juggernaut here. I'm trying to take off the leg so we can get as much salvage as possible. Maybe we can get him to eject.
What can I do for you?
And
betcha.
given that, I'm not going to keep hitting him. I'm going to switch targets to the Corsair here because we want to... Oh, I can see the other enemy in the background there. Let's see what tonnage we're dealing with here. 100 tons. Nice. Alright, so we've got a sizable assault lance that got thrown our way, which is going to make this for some interesting salvage here. The Corsair is going to keep firing even though it's in the fire. Hopefully it will overheat here. That would be ideal. Not quite, almost. Alright, let's see what the Juggernaut is going to do. He might just entrench here. Nope. It's going to go down fighting. It might overheat here. We'll see.
Ah, I can see why people
No,
enjoy
not
this
quite.
line of work.
Alright, fire starter. Let's jump down. And let's do a precision strike on the Juggernaut's leg. We can't target the leg. Alright, I guess we'll just do the center torso.
Copy that.
We've got so much salvage on this mission. I can't worry too much about...
Target's taking a cruise.
Alright, there you ejected. Alright, 2 salvageable parts. I can live with that.
Standing by.
I can live with that, especially since we've got so much salvage here. Alright, let's push up our crab.
Understood.
It's
Moving
got
fast.
lots of armor. We've got a Mackie. And we've got a Corsair that we're fighting here. Alright, let's try to get a tag on the Mackie here.
Firing.
For our artillery support. Very nice.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Our dragon is way out of position here.
Let's make some bad decisions at high speed.
And our Thantanos is way out of position here, so let's keep sprinting them towards the battle here. Since we've got a lot of enemy firepower we need to work through here.
What do you need, Commander?
Alright, our artillery. Alright, let's start getting some fire on this Mackie. Let's do some HE and some Inferno.
Heat be damned, I'm firing everything.
Nice hits on the Mackie there. Increase the heat by a fair amount.
Standing by.
Alright, let's push up with our grasshoppers. And put everything we have into our Corsair here. The Corsair is overheating, so we actually want to encourage the Corsair to shoot at us
Waiting on you,
because
Commander.
that will cause it
Coordinates
hopefully to
received.
have an internal explosion, because this thing is red hot and we are actually increasing its heat by shooting lasers at it.
You betcha.
A small amount, but we are. Alright, got some structural damage, got a tag. Alright, let's see what this Mackie does. It's going to have heat issues. So is the Corsair, so let's see if the Corsair perhaps shuts itself down here.
I'm taking a pounding, Commander.
Nope, not
Under
yet.
heavy fire here, Commander.
Alright, let's push up with our fire starter. Let's see, can we do a precision strike on that leg? No, we can't. We can hit the other leg, though. So let's do that. Start working on that other leg. Legs are always
Aye, aye.
the safest route to good salvage. You can always go for the head. But number one, I'm not a big fan of that. It's a little cheesy if you're constantly getting
I'm taking the
headshots.
shot.
Kind of unrealistic. And the hit percent chances, you know, over time, statistically, you're better off going for leg shots than for head shots. Because you will get a knockdown with a headshot, with a leg shot, a lot faster than if you constantly go for the head. I know it's exciting to get a headshot, and it's a lot of fun, and sometimes I'll do it, but most of the time I will
What do you
go
need, Commander?
for a leg shot over a
On the
headshot,
way, nice
just
and
because
slow.
the chances of a hit are so much higher. Alright, let's keep hitting this Mackie as much as we
Is
can.
it time to press the Alpha Strike button?
Right,
I
increase
love
the
the
heat
Alpha
again.
Strike button.
And we've done some structural damage. Nice.
What do you need?
Alright, let's push up with our grasshoppers. Really getting to the edge of this fire. Hey, Skewed One. Thank you for joining us. We're probably close to wrapping up this stream, unfortunately. We've been playing for a while.
Roger that.
But great to see you. We had some new people pop on this stream that have not played BattleTech Advanced
Waiting for
before.
orders.
So it was great to give them some
Affirmative.
information on the mod. That's one of my favorite things to do. Let's see if we can shut down this Corsair with heat. And you can actually kill the pilots with heat now. So that's a nice way to
Critical hit,
get
Commander.
a quick kill with a lot of salvage, is to basically kill the pilot from heat exhaustion.
I've been sensor locked.
Hey, we got a follow from Shadow San Homo 1. I'm probably butchering that name, but thank you for the follow. Alright, Firestarter Omni. Alright, let's get you in as close to this Mackie as we can. This is very risky for our Firestarter to go up against a Mackie, but hopefully we can overheat him here. That's our goal. No problem, Skewed One.
I'm here.
You are always welcome here, even if it's only for a few minutes. Alright, let's see if we can get a precision strike in on this Corsair. Yeah, we can hit the rear. Maybe we can cause him to eject here. That shouldn't be enough to finish him off. Okay.
I'm on the clock. What do you
Right, our
want?
Dragonfire is now in range.
All right, let's get down to it.
Let's start picking on this Mackie. What do you say? You know, should we go for some headshots on this Mackie? Yeah, why not? Why not?
One attitude adjustment coming right up.
Ooh, that was a head hit. Head hit, pilot injured. Very nice. That's a good
On the
start.
clock. What do you want?
Alright, Santanos.
Let's make some bad decisions at high
Let's have
speed.
you also work on the Mackie, because I think the grasshoppers are going to be able to finish off the Corsair without too much trouble. Hey, Skewed One, how is the PlayStation 5 working for you? I'm sure everybody would like an update on the PlayStation 5.
What do you need, Commander?
Alright, Heliopus.
On the way, nice and slow.
Alright, let's just keep this Mackie overheated as much as possible.
Ooh, is it time to press the Alpha Strike button? I love the Alpha Strike
Right.
button.
That Mackie's
That
going to have a
target's
hard...
having a real bad
I'll
day.
bet you this Mackie is probably going to self-destruct anytime now. Alright, let's see if we can... Again, I'm trying to kill the Corsair here with heat, so we can get as much mech components as possible. Alright, there goes one of the legs on the Corsair, and we overheated it,
Solid.
and we got knocked down. So eventually, This pilot's probably going to die from heat exhaustion pretty quickly.
Commander?
Alright, so again,
Right, Commander.
alright, we're gonna... You know what? I'm intentionally not gonna use my lasers here. I want to see if we can actually kill the pilot with
Roger
heat.
that.
So, let's see if our flamers can... Oh, alright, we ended up destroying the mech anyways.
That's a kill.
One salvageable part. Too bad. Alright, the Mackie. Alright. Sensors impaired. This Mackie is really close to overheating. There we go. Shut down.
Ah, I can see why people enjoy this.
Like clockwork. Didn't I say it was close to overheating? Look what happened. It overheated. Alright, let's get some shots into the rear of this Mackie. And start working on the rear of this Mackie with some flamers and some medium lasers.
Target lock on enemy's rear.
Trying to get this Mackie to self-destruct here. Is that an X-Man symbol on the Mackie?
Standing by.
I think it is. That's crazy.
Position
I've never seen
confirmed.
that before. Alright, let's do a precision strike here. Yeah, let's go for the head of the Mackie.
Okay, I'm on it.
We just need one headshot here to finish him off. No luck.
On the clock. What do you
No
want?
luck. Alright, I'll bet you the dragon fire can finish this guy off with a headshot. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if we can hit the head.
One attitude adjustment coming right up.
No! None of those shots went in the head.
Well, who
I got
knows?
robbed.
Anyways.
Are you using any mods in addition to the standard BTA pack? No, I'm not, because I feel like the BTA pack already has the best mods available as part of its program. The only mod that I would consider adding on, let's go for another headshot here, is the Save the Fire for the Dead mod, where you don't shoot if you destroy the enemy with melee. Right, pilot lethal damage.
I'm legally obligated
One
to
salvageable
update
part.
the
Come on. Come on, bro.
Mission successful.
I think I got robbed there, guys. What do you think? I should have gotten more parts than just one. We should have gotten more parts out of that mission than we did. But I think we might have enough parts to put together a Mackie, which is a great artillery mech. Alright, so as far as damage, we came out of that squeaky clean. Can't complain about that. Alright, where's our Mackie parts? Alright, one Mackie part. Alright, then we have Juggernaut parts and Corsair parts. We're going to take the Corsair parts, because I think I'm a part away from getting a Corsair. And then we can definitely put a Charger together. But I'm going to swing for the fences and take the Juggernaut parts and hope we get enough parts for the Charger. Let's see. Alright, Corsair, Juggernaut, Mackie, Oswar. Oh, we didn't get any Charger parts? That is a rip right there. That is a rip. That's crazy. There were like 10 Charger parts, and we got none out of that. That was just a bad dice roll. But hey, that's the way the mod sometimes. Yes, that was a bad pun on that's the way the cookie crumbles. Alright, so let's go to the mech bay. Do we have enough parts to put a Mackie together now? If I could do that, this will be worth it. No. No, not enough Mackie parts yet. Do we have anything we put together? No. So that's disappointing. But we're going to continue our adventures tomorrow, not next week, tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, we'll be back with another stream of Battletech Advanced. Those of you that are interested in this mod but want to see more gameplay, I strongly encourage you go visit our friend Bloody Doves at 7 Eastern Time tonight. He's one of the main developers of this mod, and he'll do a stream for Battletech Advanced. So literally, he's the developer of the mod. He actually plays a version of the mod that's higher than is being released, so you get a sneak peek of how the next update for the mod will impact the gameplay. So I really recommend you see Bloody Doves at 9 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, or come back at the same time tomorrow, 9